Delusion. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what delusion does to you, right? Delusion, the belief that there is no other way. The belief that failure is not an option. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what delusion looks like. This, what you're looking at, who I am as an individual, is the true definition of delusion, right? My mind is cloudy. It's polluted with entrepreneurship. It's polluted with Christ. It's polluted with thinking positive. It's polluted with hard work. It's polluted with all these things that are cognizant with a person that I have yet to become. A person who I can only become given a certain amount of time. I'm delusional. My mind is polluted mentally. I'm not using delusional in a negative connotation, if you hadn't noticed that already. The word delusion, it's interesting. When you look at the etymology of the word delusion, you see the word deluded. And deluded simply means to believe something that is not true. To believe something that is not true. It hasn't happened yet. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James were two NBA players who were drafted right out of high school. Do you know how deluded their minds have had to have been for them to even consider playing in the NBA? Like shit, y'all gotta remember that people go to college for a reason, even in sports, right? They go to college to develop their game more. They go to college to, be a better player, to learn from a certain coach's playing style, and to add value to a certain team in the league. But Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, straight out of high school, they took that leap. They believed that they could handle the pressure of playing with the big boys, the people who were playing for years. They believed that they could play and skip the level that was so fundamental, that was so rudimental, that people predicted that them niggas would flop. But we all know what we know about Kobe and LeBron, so that right there is refuted right off bat. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before he actually made a successful light bulb. Before the light bulb was what it currently is right now, something that we use and look at without a thought. Before the light bulb was that, the light bulb was a shitty idea. But Thomas Edison, he believed that the light bulb could transform human life and civilization as a whole. So after 10,000 times of failing, he succeeded. And he wasn't surprised, just everybody else. People use words like delusion, grandiose, conviction, ego. They use all of these words in a negative connotation. So why are you allowing somebody else's context of a word to dictate how you run and move in your life? The word delusional can be used in a negative connotation. Then it can also be used in a positive one, right? With the examples that I gave, you should be able to see and recognize that the word delusion is only as good as how you use it. So if I'm using delusion in the sense of polluting my mind with the person I want to be, even though I haven't fully became that person yet, I admit to it, I own up to it, I'm delusional, and it is what it is. My mind is polluted with these thoughts of being the greatest version of myself, with these thoughts of providing so much value to this planet, to the people who live in it, to human civilization, that my name is gonna be remembered in history. My name is gonna go down. They're gonna learn about Lucky Obor Jr. That's delusion. That's delusion. And if we go back to the root word, the word deluded means to believe in something that is not true. It's not true yet. And that's a word that a lot of people on this planet forget to use. Yet. You're not where you want to be yet. You haven't passed your board yet. You haven't reached a certain threshold yet. You haven't accomplished yet. You haven't yet. Yet means that there's still time for it to happen. Time is what I build everything on. If it doesn't make sense structurally with my time, then it's not gonna happen, right? Time is the only thing stopping you from being where you want to be, becoming who you want to be, going to where you want to go, whatever. So regardless of what's going on currently in your life, regardless of what you may or may not be experiencing, just ask yourself, is this a bunch of noise in the bigger picture? Because when you ask yourself that question, you realize that over the last 12 months of your life, you've been on an upward trajectory. Now you have this bullshit ass experience and you're scared and depressed? The fuck? No. Look at the bigger picture. I'm at a point in my life where if I lose it all, I can at least confidently say that at least I didn't hurt anybody in the process, right? I didn't hurt my wife. I didn't hurt my children. I didn't hurt anybody relying on me. You know, I bet it all on myself. And when I lost it all, I know that at least I gained the knowledge and experiences. And I'm gonna make that shit right back. Faster, quicker, more aggressive. It's as simple as that. Life is about choices. Make the decision and choose how you want words to define you and shape you. At the end of the day, you are the author of your story. And you should be crafting up a book that you can look back on and say, yeah, I wrote that shit. I wrote that shit. I made the decision for that dude to do that in that given time or given period or given moment. I wrote that shit. So, take control. Start writing your life. I'm being very intentional with the examples that I'm giving y'all, right? The NBA players, the inventors, the entrepreneurs. Those people took risks and had mentalities and beliefs in whatever they were working towards before it even happened, before they reached the big leagues, before Thomas Edison's product was just a staple in humanity. Now, whenever you play basketball on the streets, you always hear, you know, you can't go a couple of hours without hearing somebody say Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. You have to be able to be delusional and take risks. But most importantly, you have to be able to use the word delusional in the connotation and sense that helps you the most. So don't think the word delusional is bad. Don't think the art of being delusional is bad. Ask yourself, how do you plan to use the word? And if it aligns with your criteria, if it aligns with your personality, if it aligns with how you want to live for the rest of your life, then make that decision. Take action and make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to speak with y'all, but I gotta go. Much love, much love. Y'all stay tuned in. But yeah, tap in. I appreciate y'all. Much love. My Instagram is Lil Lucky, Luhh Lucky, on Instagram, on all platforms. The bottom is too crowded. Never look down on anybody unless you're willing to give them a hand to help them up. It's Lucky, and I'm out.